What's up, guys? It's Luke here, back with another video, and today will be a shorter video, but I will be talking about some of my favorite baits throughout the summer and spring, or early summer and the spring. Now, I'm going to start off with jigs and soft baits. So, my favorite jigs would have to be these Bruiser or black and blue jigs with black and blue trailers. I really like using these missile bait trailers. They're black and blue on one side and then green on the other. Those work really good. Also, these work really good. I really like to use these. They're all black with blue sparkles. PB&J color does really good. A jig, or the PB&J jig color does really good with these Rage Tail crawdads, and they're called Green, Pumpkin, and Gold. I'll grab one out for you. So they look like this. These ones smell really good. They're coffee scented. Now, you can also use red and black jigs for the spring, and those do very good too. Also, there's these black and blue and green Rage Tails. These do really good. Then we'll go over to the soft baits and talk about flukes. I love using flukes for spring and summer. Now, for my lake, I normally use a bluer color that kind of looks like a bluegill, because we have a lot of bluegill, not a bunch of shad. But if I go to a lake where I see a lot of shad, I use the smoking shad color. Also, for the jigs, you can use these Kraken craws. The Googan Squad does a really good job on making those. Now, I also love these watermelon red, or watermelon orange baby brush hogs. They do really good. So do these watermelon red big dead ringers. I really like these. These do really good in my lake. They look like this. And give you a close-up. And then with these, I just set them up like a Texas rig. So what I do is I just put the hook right through the tip, just a little bit, maybe a centimeter, and then like that, and then I push it up like this, push it up the hook, and then once I do that, I measure where the hook is, so like right there, and then I put it in there, like that. Now it's So now it's straight, and it's weedless. See, it doesn't hook me. And then you set the hook pretty hard on this one, so the hook comes out and goes right into the fish. That works really good. And then also, I put a weight on top like that. So I can throw it. If you have a lake that's or pond that's a little bit deeper and it's a little bit windier, then use a bigger weight or a smaller weight depending on how deep it is and how windy it is. Also, you can use these hooks that have a weight on them. And these are really good for like soft swim baits like this. Now, let's move on to hard baits. First thing for the spring, A-rigs. Very good setup. These are very good for the spring. They're like a school of fish. So you have a bunch of fish, and then depending on what state you are in, you can have different hooks, or like different amount of hooks on them. Let's go with spinner baits. So this is one of my favorites. It's a red and black swim bait. Or not swim bait, spinner bait, my bad. This one only has one spinner on it, or one spoon, or whatever you want to call it, on it. And then it also has a rattle back right there. This one's pretty good. I also have a lot more of spinner baits. Really, white and chartreuse works really good too. And then for top water, you're not going to be fishing top water that much during spring, but I guess later spring or the middle of spring is pretty good. And I really like these Whopper Ploppers for like late spring and early summer. They do really good. I've caught a lot of 3-pounders and 4-pounders and big fish on those. Now poppers, I really like to use the Sexy Shad color. Now I caught my second biggest bass on this. It was 6 pounds, actually right there. But I was fishing it off a dock and I caught a 6-pounder. And like during that day I caught 5-pounders, 5-10s, 4s, 3s, 2s, and even 1s. They're really good. Now let's move on to crankbaits. Now this Red Eye Sexy Shad color is really good. It's my favorite lipless crankbait color. And that does really good. This KVD Sexy Shad color on this crankbait does really good. Also, some of the green colors do really good. This KVD Sexy Shad color square bill does really good. I have a lot of Sexy Shad colors, so that's why I have them in my videos, because I really like to use them. Jerk baits. It depends on how deep your lake is and what color of fish you have in there and what type of fish. But we have a lot of bluegill, so I'm using this blue and black color. Also, you can decide how many treble hooks you have. I would not recommend any, like, I mean, 3's okay, but, like, I don't really use 3 because those big bass just, like, swallow those swim baits and jerk baits whole, and it gets stuck in their gills and throat, and they can bleed out. Also, for my next video, or one of my upcoming videos, when it gets a little bit warmer, I'm going to try this Spider top water. I thought it was very interesting. I got it for Christmas, and I really want to try it out. Anyways, thanks for joining along on my video, and see you next time. Bye. Keep fishing. Never stop.